welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to try the lazy girl method for the first time. So I just want to put out there that I tried this with my non-dominant hand the first time that I wanted to try it, and I feel like the method overall is pretty simple, but you will see me struggle because I used my left hand. But other than that, I would recommend this method. So while I'm removing my old set of nails and prepping, I'm just going to kind of explain what this method is. So it's called the lazy girl method, and it's kind of like using dual forms. Like you take a regular full covered tip and you basically place your product on the inside of it, and you use that to glue the tip to your nail. So it's kind of like using a dual form or doing apres nails or gel X nails, but it's a little bit different at the same time. So basically I'm gonna prep my nails the same way I would if I was doing a set of acrylics or gels or dip or whatever. I always start by taking my flame bit, and I'll use that to push back my cuticle and remove the dead tissue and cuticle that's growing out with my nail, just so I can make sure I have a nice clean nail plate for when I apply my product. And after I cleaned up my cuticle with the flame bit, I took some cuticle scissors and I just cut off the remaining cuticle, which is basically all the white skin that you see. That's all the dead tissue that you want to remove. And then I took a hand file and I just neatened up the free edge a little bit, and I removed the corners of my nails. I always do that no matter what method I'm using. And then I took my medium grit arbor band and my mandrel bit and just removed the shine off my nail. After I was done prep, I did go in with some Young Nails Swipe and clean off the nails. And then I'm going in with my Young Nails Protein Bond, and I'll apply one layer of that. And I'll make sure I let that dry before I start applying my product. So this is the builder gel I'll be using. It's from Model 1s. And I'll just take this little gel brush first. And usually people just apply like a coat of normal base gel, like base gel polish. But I struggle to get gel polish to stick to my nails so bad. So I just always use a hard gel for my base instead. You don't have to. You can use a regular base coat, a gel base coat. That's totally fine. And then I'm kind of going to be like doing a pink heart Valentine's Day theme. So I just picked out some of these like magenta colored hearts that I got from the dollar store. Actually, right here, I got this big kit of glitter from the dollar store. And usually when you get glitter that's not for nails, like your monomer or product will take the color away from them. But I haven't had an issue with these yet, so I do recommend them. So next I'm just taking a normal gel top coat from a cart, and I'm gonna apply a nice thick layer of that inside the nail. The reason I'm kind of doing it a little bit thicker is because I've watched other YouTubers do this, and they said that usually when they do a thinner layer they'll get bubbles. Like I did get some bubbles in these, but I don't think it's too terrible for my first time. So like I think maybe putting it on thicker helped, so I guess try that. So this is for the thumbnail too. I'm starting with the thumbnail, by the way. So I'm just putting that top coat in because that top coat's gonna hold all of my decals and glitters and whatnot. So you can see I have like this little container full of a bunch of iridescent sequins and decals and stuff. So I'm gonna be taking little tiny round circles out of that too, and I'll put them on the nail with the hearts. I cut that out of the video when I was editing. Sorry, I didn't want to go back and put it on, but I applied them with the tweezers the same way that I applied the hearts. So after I applied all the decor into the nail with the top coat, I did cure that for 30 seconds. And now I'm just taking this hard gel that I mixed. I just took a clear hard gel, that Model 1's hard gel actually, that I showed you earlier in the video. So I used that, and I added a little bit of colored nail powder and some glitter and sparkles and a little bit of pink gel polish. And I made like 3 different variations of it. They're basically all the same color, they just kind of have different glitters and sequins in them. So those are the 3 hard gels I'll be using. And they do look a little bit thicker than a regular hard gel because I have so much glitter and powder in there. But I kind of did want it thicker anyway for this method because I see a lot of people do it with polygel. And it seems like it would be a little bit easier with a thicker product, obviously. So that's what I was aiming for. So I'm just applying this all over the nail on top of the top coat that's holding the sequins and hearts and stuff. Now before I cure, I'm gonna try putting this on the nail. Every other YouTuber I've watched, it just kind of suction cups right to their nail. But I'm not gonna lie, I struggled a little bit. Like, it's not really that I was struggling, it's that it was just like a little tiny bit off, like it was a little tiny bit crooked, and I just tried too hard to get it perfect. And then at one point, it was just, I had gone too far, and polygel or hard gel was everywhere, everything was sticky. I was using my non-dominant hand, so I was struggling a little bit there too. Well, at first I had a lot of spillage, but I cleaned up the spillage before I cured, so that helped a lot. Anyway, so moving on to the index finger. I did cure for about 45 seconds in the lamp when I put the thumb on, just to kind of hold it while I was doing the other nails. And then when I was done, I did like a final cure for them. So for the index finger, I'm also adding some little iridescent circles and some more hearts. Did I add hearts? Oh, I added iridescent circles and iridescent hearts to like just the cuticle area. I was kind of doing like, gonna try to do like a, like the peekaboo, like the glitter peekaboo nail trend, you know what I mean? But I totally didn't realize that I should have put the polygel before the sequence, because that's how it would have worked. That's how it would have made the ombre peekaboo effect. But I was just going. Anyway, so like I said, I was trying to do the cuticle peekaboo whatever look, but it turned out more just glitter around the cuticle. Still looked cute though. I did add some pink glitter in there too, but honestly the pink polygel behind it just hid it, so there was no point in adding it anyway. But this is another custom hard gel that, I just said the polygel covered it, but the hard gel covered it. I don't know if you noticed, but I make a lot of grammar mistakes and whatnot in my videos. I'm used to it. I've been dealing with it for almost 22 years now, so if you're in my life, you just get used to my stupidity, I guess. Anyway, moving on. So now finishing that index finger by putting the hard gel over that nail. And like I was saying before, this is another custom hard gel that I mixed together using the powders and whatnot. Like I said, there's not much, like, they're the same color, they just have different glitters and sequins in them, so you can't really tell too much of a difference. So now, I'm gonna try to stick this onto my nail. And I'm not gonna lie, I think the index one was the one I struggled with the most. Like, 4 out of 5 of my nails I struggled with. My ring finger, for some reason, I think I had just the perfect amount of product on, and it actually suctioned to my nail. And that's what makes me believe this technique is achievable without struggle. But like I said, I tried it with my non-dominant hand. First time I was trying it. Not a good technique to use for this, for trying the lazy girl method for the first time. But I did it, so in the end, result turned out pretty decent, so I'm not mad. So again, with this nail, I struggled a little bit on camera, and then I was like, you don't need to see this, so I cut it out, but you can see the hard gel starting to go everywhere. I made a mess making these, but like I said, I still had fun, so that's all that matters. So moving on to the middle finger, again, I'm starting with the top coat because I will be adding glitter and whatnot. And I'm just going to take these magenta hearts and I'll start adding them at first. What I'm going to I tried to do like an ombre sort of thing, so I did it more densely towards the tip of the nail and kind of faded out as I got towards the cuticle. And taking some more iridescent sequins and hearts and adding those in there too to add just some dimension and more detail. And then after I'm done applying all the hearts and sequins and whatnot, I'm gonna take some like hot pink glitter and I'll add that in there too. And then I'll cure for 60 seconds. And for this nail, I'll be taking my clear poly gel from the cart, and that's what I'm gonna use for the product to stick it to my nail. I applied like 3 times the amount that I should have. So, I think it's still in the video. Eventually you'll see me trying to scrape some excess off. But actually you can still see this nail has like, I don't know if you can see it, but hopefully you can. This nail has like no C-curve at all because I applied so much product. And I definitely should have went in and filed the underside of it, but I was just tired of it at this point. I was just tired. So again, applying that poly gel, and all I'm using is a brush dipped in some Young & Nail Swipe, so I can move that around without my brush sticking to the poly gel. And then I'll try to stick this on my nail. I don't think I struggled too much with the middle finger. It went on pretty decently. And then I popped it in the lamp to flash cure for about 40 seconds, 45 seconds. So now I'm gonna do the ring finger, and like I was saying earlier, this was the only nail that went on perfectly. Like as soon as I placed it to the nail, to my natural nail, it was like a magnet or something, like it full on suction to my nail. And that's what I kept hearing the YouTubers saying. Like they kept saying, when you do this method, when you do the lazy girl method, you'll put it to your nail and it will like suction on your nail, and you can just put it in the lamp and cure it without having to hold it. And that's what I was trying to achieve the whole freaking time. And then I finally got to the ring finger and it happened. Like, I think I just had the right amount of product on, so it just was a good shape to fit with my natural nail, and it just suctioned right on. So obviously I feel like a big part of this method is to make sure you're getting the right amount of product inside the nail. Like, see, that's all I had to do, and then I put it in the lamp. All the other nails, I literally struggled for like 5 minutes. I had to keep removing the spillage and adding more product and blah blah blah, and you guys didn't need to see that on camera, but I will tell you it happened. Like, I'm not gonna hide the fact that I struggled, but it was just, I didn't want to make the video like 2 hours long of me trying to get these nails onto my natural nails, but I'm gonna tell you, I did 100% struggle. Like, shoulda tried this with my right hand the first time. I feel like I would have enjoyed it a lot more, because there was points I did get a little bit frustrated, but the part where I actually got to create the nails and add the glitter and stuff, that part was fun for me. Anyway, for the pinky nail, I applied the top coat like the other nails, and now I'm gonna go in with the hearts. I tried to do like almost just like a band going across the nail, but it just kind of looks like a blob of sequins. So it doesn't look awful, but it just didn't turn out how I wanted it to. So anyway, yeah, I added those and cured those for 60 seconds, cured the top coat, and then I went out in with my custom mixed hard gel. And after I was done applying the hard gel, I stuck that onto my natural nail, and at this point I gave them all a final cure of 2 minutes over, and then I flipped them for 2 minutes. I just wanted to make sure underneath got cured too, and I've had these nails on for a day so far, and like, I've been picking and poking at them to see if everything's cured, and I'd say everything cured pretty good. So I was worried about the pink ones not curing just because I don't know, I don't use like gels that much, so I just worry about them not curing. Anyway, so after I've got them cured, I'm just going in with a hand file, and I'll make sure that I've got all the spillage removed from around the cuticles, like any little bits I might have missed, with a cleanup brush before I cured. And I'll also go in and fix the sides of the nails and the lower arches. And I forgot to mention, at first I went in and took some length off as well, which you can cut the tips before you apply the product and then put them on the nail. But I wasn't too sure what length I was going to go with the whole time, so I was just trying to adjust to that so I could have options by the time I was filing. And I didn't decide to take too much off, so there wasn't too much filing to do. But let me tell you, this saved me so much time on my filing. Like, usually it takes me like an hour and a half sometimes to file my nails. This literally took me like a half hour, maybe, like 25 minutes. Like, it was super quick. Like, so that is one thing that I loved about this lazy girl method. Anyway, so after filing, I did file the surface of the nail some too, just so my top coat would stick, and I'm just taking a regular Macart top coat and going over those. So that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that and give this video a like. I would appreciate it. And make sure you come back for my next video. Bye!